Namaskara. This is a video on how auxiliary verbs are used in TV serials, in Kannada TV serials. I just picked up one Kannada TV serial and then wanted to show how many aux verbs are used. The reason I want to do this is because this is like a continuation, not a continuation. It's like a evidence of what I had been presenting in the last 5 videos about auxiliary verbs and why they are important. Um, uh, the examples that I gave in those 5 videos were all my own imagination. I create those examples based on what I have heard, right? Heard and seen. So in this video, I want to give more proof that auxiliary verbs are very, very important by picking up an actual TV serial and then show how many aux verbs are there. So I basically took this TV serial by name Ivalu Sujata. This Ivalu Sujata is a TV serial name, and I took season 1, episode 1 of it. I randomly went and picked it up. This serial is been shown in Colors Kannada, and you can go and check in YouTube. You put this name, you will get the serial name. I mean, you will get the video, meaning you will get the season 1, episode 1. You can watch it for yourself. I took the sentences directly from this serial as it is. I didn't change anything. Okay, so the purpose of this video is to show the importance of Oxverb being used in movies, TV serials, so that when you watch it, you will be able to easily understand it if you understood auxiliary verbs. Okay. Okay, as a quick summary, what I have already shown for people who have not watched my previous 5 videos on aux verbs. Auxiliary verbs are verbs that get added to other verbs to enhance the meaning or altogether change the meaning of the main verb. Spoken Kannada is filled with auxiliary verbs. That's basically my argument. Okay, not knowing aux verbs is one of the reasons why you don't understand Kannada movie or TV serial dialogue. So pick up your knowledge on aux verbs and be able to understand them first, later on use them. Okay, aux verbs, the purpose is to simplify grammar by just having, so aux verb, the format is usually a main verb that is usually in past verbal participle, and then you have the aux verb, and this aux verb can be in any tense or any mood depending upon the context. So by just having a handful of auxiliary verbs, right, you just need to learn the tenses and mood of these handful auxiliary verbs, and for every other verb you just need to know only one grammar of it, which is a past verbal participle. This is the concept behind auxiliary verb. It makes it easier for people who don't have that good an vocabulary, right? Which is typically common people, uneducated people, right? They have very limited vocabulary. So what they will do is, and they very limited grammar, leave alone vocabulary. Vocabulary, you still need vocabulary to understand the main, I mean, to use the main verb, right? But if you don't have that much of grammatical knowledge, you can just still use one grammatical term for your main verb and use the tenses and the mood appropriately for the aux verb. Okay, let's quickly move on. Okay, so um, this is the list of auxiliary verb that we have already seen in the last 5 videos. Kollu, bidu, padu, annu, kodu, baru, hogu, agu, and iru. And these are the 5 videos in which each of it was addressed. So let's move on to examples. Okay, this is the first example. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅವರ ಮನೆಯವರನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಸಿಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. One more. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅವರ ಮನೆಯವರನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಸಿಕೊಡುತ್ತೀನಿ. So this ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಸಿಕೊಡುತ್ತೀನಿ is your aux verb. ಮಾಡಿಸಿಕೊಡುತ್ತೀನಿ. So here kodu is the aux verb. I will get the, so the actual meaning is what? Before that, I will get you introduced to her family. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ. ಮುಂಚೆ means before. I have mentioned this before, that ಮುಂಚೆ is a time related before. The space related before is Hindi. Okay, Hindi, actually space related, which means back, right? That's Hindi. Munche is related to time. Okay, so adakke munche, before that, avara manayavarannu, avara manayavarannu, her family, ನಿಮಗೆ, to you, ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಸಿಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಪರಿಚಯ is to introduce. ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡು means to introduce. ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಸಿಕೊಡುತ್ತೀನಿ. I will get them introduced to you. So it's like I'll do it for you. right? That's where this kodu comes in. Okay, kodu as an ox verb. Then ಒಂದು ಪುಟ್ಟ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ, ಅಚ್ಚುಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So it's ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So this ಕೊಳ್ಳು, right, is your ox verb where he's saying he is doing the job himself, right? So ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾರೆ. So ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. This is what they will say. ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ means he is doing the work. He is working in a small government job. Okay, so here this excuse me, ಕೊಳ್ಳು is the ox verb. ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, right? So this is a way of saying it as a continuous tense. ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ means he is working. Okay, ಒಂದು ಪುಟ್ಟ is small, ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ಕೆಲಸ, government job. ಅಚ್ಚುಕಟ್ಟಾಗಿ means devotedly, religiously, right? He goes to work at this time, comes back from work at this time. It's like a very stable job. That's what it achchukattagi means. That, okay, it means devotedly. Literally it means achu means print, right? Achchukattagi means cut is to tie. It's as if like it's nicely prepared, right? Printed and tied together. It's like as if the job is like perfectly suited for him, where he starts at 8:30 in the morning, goes to office at 9 o'clock, starts its work. His work doesn't have turbulence. That's what they mean by that's why they're saying government job. Usually government jobs are very stable, right? So he is in a stable government job, very contented with it. He's not like very aggressive sales and marketing guy for a corporate company or whatever, right? He's not some kind of a high flyer. That's what they're trying to say by saying achchukattagi. Okay, so here what we are learning is ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ means he's continuing to do the work. Kollu is the ox verb being used. Okay, then ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ವಾ. So here ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳು is the ox verb, ಕೊಳ್ಳು is the ox verb. ಕೂರು means to sit. ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳು means sit yourself, like that. ಕೊಳ್ಳು, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ವಾ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ means without doing anything, right? Without doing anything, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ವಾ. Can't you? ಆಗಲ್ವಾ means can't you. Okay, we have addressed this before. Agalva means can't you sit quietly, like that. Then next example, Savita, somebody is calling. Savita, Swalpa towel, tandu kodu. Okay, so again the kodu is your ox verb. Tandu kodu means bring and give. Savita, please bring and give towel. That's how they say it. They won't say Savita, Swalpa towel, tanni. They will not say tanni. Tandu kodu. Bring and give. Okay, so please bring and give towel. So your kodu is your auxiliary verb. Okay, then um, for appa as in father. Appa towel ಕೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ. ಅಪ್ಪ ಟವಲ್ ಕೇಳುತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ. ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಕೊಡು. So ತಗೊಂಡು, again ತಗೊಂಡು is ತಗೊಳ್ಳು, right? Take. ಹೋಗಿ, go and give. Take, go and give. So again you could see the ox verb usages where they make it very compact. Take, go and give. ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಕೊಡು. Go and give. ಹೋಗಿ ಕೊಡು. Right? So Appa is asking for towel. So I mean, see, Appa towel ಕೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ means isn't he asking? Isn't father asking for towel? Right? ಕೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ, ಕೇಳುತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ, meaning he is continuously asking for towel, right? So ಅಪ್ಪ towel so the mother is telling the daughter, ಅಪ್ಪ towel ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ, take, go and give, meaning ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಕೊಡೆ. So here, by the way, check this out, it's not kodu, it's kode. So when kodu is I have mentioned about this in the politeness scale video. If you want, go and take a look at it. So in Kannada, what happens is every verb, right? The ending syllable of the verb can be used to give politeness. Okay, I mean, or show politeness. So if you say kodi, it's polite. Kode, it means it's impolite and you're talking to a lady. Kodo, right? Kodo, if you say it's impolite and you're talking to a male. Usually an inferior person. Here the mother is telling the daughter. She's saying kode instead of saying kodu. So if you just say kodu, right, it's neutral, it's gender neutral, and it is the politeness scale is very minimum. Okay, it is not very polite. But when you say kodi, okay, by the way, kodu means give. So we take kodu. So kodu is a root verb, and all root verbs in Kannada are already in a what is called as a first, second person singular imperative mode. That means kodu is already an instruction to somebody saying give, and that's also the root of the verb. Okay, so kodu. So when you say kodu, it is gender neutral. Politeness scale is very moderate. There is no politeness there. Okay, kodu means give. You are telling to the person in front of you to give something. Okay, kodu. Now you take that kodu, convert it to kodi. It means with respect. You are saying that with respect. Please give this. The please is already implied when you say kodi. Okay, so kodi. So kodu becomes kodi. Now the impolite part starts now. Now if you want to be even more super polite, what do you say? Kodi re. You add re to it. Whenever you add re to any verb, it becomes even more super polite, ultra polite, right? So kodi re. Now, so Kodi is reasonable. You can use Kodi. Kodi, you will not go wrong. Stick with Kodi. Now, let's look at the impolite part of it, right? A elder person talking to a younger person will be like this. Kodu, they will say Kode. If they say Kode like this, they are talking to an inferior female and they are telling them to give. Okay, and it's not polite. I mean, it's not polite means it's very casual, meaning they have the right on that person, so they are saying like that. Then kodo. If you say kodo, oh, right, then it's inferior to a male you are addressing. Then it will be kodo. So that was an interesting topic. So I just digressed a bit. Okay, let's move on. Then here, ಸ್ನಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಂದು ಟವಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ? Okay, so ಸ್ನಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ, before going to bed, doesn't he know that he should take a towel and keep it? Okay, let's unpack this. ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ, right? Take, go. ಇಡು is to keep. ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. Shouldn't he know that he has to take, go and keep, right? ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳು. Again, kollu is a ox verb here, which means to, for he himself has to do it himself. Nobody else will do it. That's why ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳು. Right? ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ? So you could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 words here in this sentence are already all linked together, meaning only one thing. He should take and keep one towel, right? So this is where the knowledge of auxiliary verbs is certainly going to help you, right? To decode these fast sentences that they speak in TV serials and movies. Okay, one. Next one. ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಮರೆತು ಹೋಗುವುದು, ರೈಟ್? ಒದ್ದೆ ಮೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂದುಕೊಂಡು ಟವಲ್ ತಂದುಕೊಡೆ ಅಂತ ಬಾಯಿ ಬರೆಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು. Okay, so this is a long sentence. I'll repeat it. ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಮರೆತು ಹೋಗುವುದು, ರೈಟ್? ಒದ್ದೆ ಮೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂದುಕೊಂಡು ಟವಲ್ ತಂದುಕೊಡೆ ಅಂತ ಬಾಯಿ ಬರೆಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು. Okay, here it means every day, ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ. Every ದಿನ ಮರೆತು ಹೋಗುವುದು, meaning ಮರೆತು ಹೋಗುವುದು means forget and go, right? So when you say for here, mare is basically the actual verb to forget, right? But you always use it with the auxiliary verb hogu. Maratu hoyitu, you will say. Maratu hoyitu. I forgot. To want to say forgot, you will always use the hogu as an auxiliary verb. Maratu hoyitu. So this maratu, right? The maratu is kept as it is, as a past verbal participle. So you'll always say this mare, by the way, is a irregular verb. So putting tenses and all for this mare is very difficult. That's why this hogu is always attached to it. Okay. So maretu hoitu, maretu hogide, like that. I forgot. When you say I forgot to do it, or I have forgotten my tiffin box. Okay. Nanna tiffin box maretu hogide. Right. It means that it has been forgotten. By who? By me. Right. So that's exactly how you. So this is maratu hoguvudu. right? So pratidina maratu hogodu, act of forgetting, right? What? Forgetting the towel. Then odde maiyalli, odde mai means wet body, odde is damp or wet, mai means body, odde maiyalli nendukondu. Again you see nendukondu, this kollu, kondu is your auxiliary verb. Standing with wet, wet body. Towel tandukode, meaning he's saying tandukode. See, you see here again kode. So he is addressing a female, which is his wife. He's asking his wife for towel from the bathroom, right? Tandukode anta ಬಾಯ್ ಬರೆ ಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು. Again, ಬಾಯ್ bare means to dry. So meaning as if you keep on shouting until your mouth becomes dry is what it means. ಬಾಯಿ ಬರೆ ಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು. So see here you see this wudu suffix also being used. If you have watched my wudu pose position, you will understand that it is the act of. So this is where, a sentence is made without any need for tense, purely because postpositions are being used. Okay. So that the wife is saying, this is like every day, forgetting the towel, and keep on saying, bring towel, ಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು, and making his mouth dry, meaning keep on shouting for it, has become his habit. I mean, that's the remaining part of the sentence, but I didn't put it here. So you could see there are already three ox verbs here, right? Marettu hogu, right? So hogu is the ox verb. Marettu hogu. Then nindukollu, nindukondu means standing. Then ಬಾಯಿ ಬರೆ ಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು. He is getting his own mouth dry by shouting. ಬಾಯಿ ಬರೆ ಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು. So you could see three ox verbs are being used. Okay, then um, ಟವಲ್ ತಂದು ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಆಳು ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, right? Keep one person to give you towel. ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. See? So again, kollu is being used here after idu to say you keep yourself, right? A person to give you towel. Okay, then ಟಕ್ ಅಂತ ಬಾಗಿಲು ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡುವುದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ರೂಢಿ. So tuck, shutting of the door bluntly is your habit. ರೂಢಿ means routine or habit. Okay, so tuck anta, tuck is a sound. Tuck anta, like the sound, meaning you shut the door, what you call violently, right? The sound that you get, right? ಟಕ್ ಅಂತ ಬಾಗಿಲು, ಡೋರ್, ಹಾಕಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು, ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡುವುದು. So you see here haki is to put, haku is to put, ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡು. So somebody is putting the door, closing the door themselves. So ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡುವುದು. So it's like bidu here is being used to say quickly. You're quickly shutting off the door, right? In a very impolite manner. So you could see the usage of ox verb here, right? Bagilu, door, haki, put, hakikollu. So bagilu hakikollu hakikollu means it's a way of saying close the door. Okay, shut the door. Bagilu haku. It means put the door literally, but the actual meaning is close the door. Bagil haku. Right? Bagil haki bidudu. See here, bidu is being used to say you're just quickly, while I'm speaking, you're already closing the door. Right? So bidudu. So that's where the bidu is being used to express the quickness of the action, bluntness, abruptness of the action. Bidu is used. So you could see how ox verbs are getting used here. Okay, then ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡರೆ, right? ಕಳಕೊಂಡದು ಸಿಕ್ಕು ಬಿಡುತ್ತಾ ಅಮ್ಮ. So this is like a statement that a daughter is telling to the mother. If I get angry, will I get back what I lost? Mother. So ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡರೆ. So ಕೋಪ, anger, ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳು means you make yourself get angry. So that's why ಕೊಳ್ಳು. And ಕೊಳ್ಳು becomes ಕೊಂಡರೆ, if I get angry, right? ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡರೆ. ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡದು. So ಕಳೆಕೊಂಡದು, ಕಳಕೊಂಡದು means something that is lost. So kalakollu is always you getting something lost from yourself. That's why kollu is being used, right? So you can also say kaladu hoitu. Again, hogu is used. Kaladu hoitu means it got lost, right? So ನನ್ನ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಕಳೆದು ಹೋಯಿತು. ಕಳೆದು ಹೋಯಿತು means the book got lost, right? So here again hogu is used as an ox verb because kala, right? The kala, by the way, kalla means thief. Kala means to lose. Okay, this kala by itself, you cannot add tenses to it very easily because it's irregular. That's where hogu, right? Um, Kaladu kollu, these are used as aux verbs to help to form tenses much easily. So kalakondadu means something that got lost. Kalakondadu, right? Kalakollu, kalakondadu. So something that is lost. Sikkibidutta, again, sigu is a difficult word to form tenses. So bidu is used here to say, will I quickly get it back, right? Kopabandha, if I get angry, whatever I lost, will I quickly get it back? So this bidu is used again here as an aux verb to indicate the quickness, the abruptness of will I get it back just like that? That's what they mean by sikkibidata. Okay. For example, one more way of use, one more place where bidu is being used is if somebody says something very abruptly, right, without thinking about it. Okay. ಯಾಕೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರಿ? They will say, ಯಾಕೆ, why, ಹಾಗೆ, like that. ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರಿ means, why have you said like that? Why did you say like that? Just like that, without even thinking about it. Say you accuse somebody without having any evidence. Then ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರಿ means you said like that without even thinking about it. And that bidu is giving all that feeling, right? That you said something very inappropriately. Okay, so again, Sikki Biditama, here she is saying, will I get it back? Sigu means to get. Will I get whatever I lost just because I got angry? Okay, then you could see that this sentence already has two um, auxiliary verb. Okay, so then one more. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಷ್ಟು ನೊಂದುಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀಯಾ? So why, dear, you are speaking with so much pain, right? ನೊಂದುಕೊಳ್ಳು. So again, ನೋವು means pain. ನೊಂದುಕೊಳ್ಳು means to feel pain. So ನೊಂದುಕೊಳ್ಳು, this ಕೊಳ್ಳು is saying that the person is feeling the pain herself or himself. That's why the ಕೊಳ್ಳು aux verb is getting used here. Okay, then Bhava means brother-in-law. Bhava iddiddare, if he was there, right? Iddiddare, right? Iddiddare, Papa, poor guy. Sujatavannu, meaning her wife, his wife. Sujatavannu, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ, with affection, ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. Here, ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳು, right? He would have taken care of her. So if brother-in-law was alive, poor guy, she's saying, poor guy, Papa. Papa, when it's used, right, it usually means poor, poor person. Pity, like that. Pity, in English they use pity, right, like that. Pity him, like that. Papa, so Sujatavannu, right? Sujata, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ, with affection, ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. He would have taken care of Sujata. Now, I have covered this would have modals in my modals video. So in Kannada, how it works to say would, I would have done that. I would have done that means it's basically something in the past, but it also gives that. So would is basically the past tense of will. And it's like, given the condition, it could have happened like that. So it's a possibility, right? So for using would in Kannada, you should basically take the present continuous tense and it's no, sorry, past continuous tense and compress it, compressed form of past continuous tense. I've explained it in detail in the modals video, but here I'll just give a quick what you call note on it. See, ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು is what this is. ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. So continuous tense always has got two forms. One is the expanded form, other one is the compact form. So expanded form is ನಾನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, right? ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ is your continuous expanded form, continuous tense, right? ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ is the compact form. Okay, now the compact form of the past continuous tense is used to express would. That's why ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. Iddaru is your past tense. Kollutta is your continuous tense. So kollutta iddaru is compressed because whenever you compress it, you're indicating would have. Okay, the term would have, the modal would have. So Bhava iddiddare, if he was there, if he had been there. Actually, iddiddare means if he had been there. Okay, this is past perfect. Bhava iddiddare, Papa, poor guy. Sujatavannu means this is your, Sujata is the object. So this is the Dvitiya Vibhakti. Sujatavannu, Pritiyinda. Pritiyinda means with Priti, with affection. Nodikollu means to take care of somebody. Okay? Nodikollu. Nodikolluttiddaru. He would have taken care of her. ಓಕೆ ದೆನ್ ಯಾವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾಕೆ ರೈಟ್ ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೀಯಾ ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳು ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಆರ್ ಯು ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟು ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ರೈಟ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳು ರೈಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಯಾವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ ಮೇಲೆ see this anda mele is an expression which means once it is established once it is proven that nothing is in our hand that's what this anda mele but literally anda mele means after it has been said right anda is coming from annu anda mele mele here is up but here in this context it means after having said right? That's what it means. After having said, after having established the fact that things are not in our hand, it's in fate's hand, right? We cannot control many things. That's what she says here in the sense. Since nothing is in our hands, why are you feeling bad, right? So here, yake bejaru madikollu. Madikollu means to feel bad yourself, okay, about the past is what they are trying to express here. ಸೊ ಆಗ ಈಗ ಇರುವ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಖುಷಿ ಖುಷಿ ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು ಅಗೇನ್ ಖುಷಿ ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್ ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳು ಯು ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು see happiness yourself that's why kandukollu is being used on the kollu is being used on used after kandu is to see kanu is to see so kandukollu okay aga here aga means then therefore right therefore iga here iga iruva that which is present here the paristhiti the situation even if the situation is bad ಈಗ ಇರುವ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿಯೇ this ye is a clitic even it means even in this existing bad situation kushi kandukolla we should find some happiness here itself in this situation we should not be looking for the perfect situation is what the sentence means okay yavaglu hige it is always like this ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಷ್ಟವನ್ನು ನೀನು ಹೆಗಲು ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡು ನೀನು ನಗುನಗುತ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀಯ ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಡ್ನೆಸ್ ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಕಷ್ಟವನ್ನು ಕಷ್ಟ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಯಾಡ್ನೆಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡೀಸ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ನೀನು ಯು ಹೆಗಲು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಶೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಹೆಗಲು ಮೇಲೆ ಆನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಶೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಳ್ಳು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಪುಟ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಯು ಪುಟ್ ದ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಪೇನ್ ಆನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಶೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ನೀನು ಯು ನಗುನಗುತ್ತಾ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ನಗು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಲಾಫ್ ನಗುನಗುತ್ತಾ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಯು ಕೀಪ್ ಲಾಫಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೀಯ you always keep laughing so these are typical sentences that you hear in TV serials which is all emotional and everything right these are places where you can learn a lot of Kannada okay let's move on so here the learning part here is hakikollu right hakikollu means you are putting on yourself for example ನೀವೇ ಊಟ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ you put food yourself like that one more okay ನಿನ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವ ನೋವನ್ನು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಅಗೇನ್ ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳು ಸೊ ನಿನ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಯು ಇರುವ ನೋವನ್ನು ದಟ್ ಪೇನ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಯು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಟು ನೋಬಡಿ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಶೋ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಯೋರ್ ಪೇನ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ಸ್ ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳು ದ ಕೊಳ್ಳು ಆಕ್ಸ್ವರ್ಬ್ okay then ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ಜ್ಞಾನವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ okay so this is a very long auxiliary verb ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು means keep right keep to yourself ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ you sit keep to yourself ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ here the ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ means once you have done with keeping the phone with yourself you forget about the world right? You do not have awareness of what is happening around you. That's what prapancha. Prapancha means world. Right? Prapanchada, world's. Jnana means awareness. Jnanave illa. So you just get too involved in the mobile is what they are trying to say here by using such a big ox verb. Okay. So it literally means once you keep the phone and sit, you do not have awareness of what is happening around you. Okay, then ನಾನು ಈವಾಗ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಮುಖಕ್ಕೆ ಮಂಗಳ ಆರತಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. Again, here it means if I do not go right now, she will take Mangala Aarti. So here it is just a figurative way of saying she will scold me badly. She will take Mangala Aarti on my face. It means she will scold me if I don't go now. Right now, ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ means ಇವಾಗ all mean the same. ಇವಾಗ means right now. ಈಗ is also now. Okay. ನಾನು ಇವಾಗ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ if I don't go, that means, right? So this ಅಂದರೆ here means if I don't go now, right now, ನನ್ನ ಮುಖಕ್ಕೆ, mukha is face, to my face, ಮಂಗಳ ಆರತಿ means here it means she will scold me. ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. So here the bidu means um, she will just do it off like that. That's what this bidu means. She will just quickly do that off on my face. She will start scolding me. That's what it means. Okay. So these are all the examples. And by the way, this came only from 10 minutes of video, right? From 10 minutes, there is so much of ox verbs. So you could imagine what is the importance of learning ox verbs. Okay, so that was the last slide. Dhanyavadagalu. And just remember that auxiliary verbs are everywhere. Look out for them, learn them. You will be able to pick it up.